And we're live. It's Thursday, the 16th of April, 2020. Welcome to Ginger Camel Network Live. As always, I've got my lovely guest, Dr. Hanan El-Basha.
Thank you, Stefan.
The business coach. And then we have a very special guest. We have Kim Wyatt, who I'm sure everyone's seen, who's living here in Qatar and the whole wide world. She is TV presenter, writer, editor, public speaker, and ecopreneur. I've never seen an ecopreneur. That was a new one when I checked out your LinkedIn page.
Yeah, that's a new one.
That's a new one for me. Absolutely.
So, I really got to slow down a bit. Oh my goodness, no wonder I'm exhausted all the time.
Absolutely. So, just with a sponsorship message from Nelson Park Property. This podcast is sponsored by Nelson Park Property, awarded the best real estate agency for 2019. Nelson Park Property has been operating in Qatar for more than 10 years, helping families find their new home, individuals purchase their next investment, and companies move to their new offices. With Nelson Park's team of more than 30 agents, they are confident of helping you make the right decision for your real estate needs. Get in contact with Nelson Park Property on 5551-7567 or visit www.nelsonparkproperty.com. And if you're new to this show, we want this show to be a positive and uplifting podcast where you can walk away feeling revitalized and ready to face another day. We're going to bring you experts in their field of business to let you know how they are dealing with this current situation and what measures they have taken to get through this storm. We also want to hear from entertainers, singers, musicians, anyone who wants to show their talents on this show. So please get in contact with me on network@gingercamel.com or message us on the side of the screen here in the message board. Okay. So, Kim.
Yes.
I am curious. I am fascinated. How have you coped with being in self-isolation? Because you are here, there, and everywhere.
I know. Some days, I used to think how I got through the day because I was all over the place. But I've got to say, I'm still working a lot. But now with the internet, I'm doing everything from home, of course. So I'm connecting to a lot of people with this kind of media, doing lives, doing, Zoom meetings. It's totally changed my whole workload and my work landscape. So thank goodness for the internet, right? Because this is the way we all connect, and this is how I'm connecting with people now. But I'm trying to keep busy. I'm trying to keep myself entertained.
That's good. But is this gonna? So has this opened your eyes with regards to the way you're going to move forward afterwards? Are you going to use the internet and touching base with people more from your laptop rather than face to face?
Yeah, I think I will. I certainly, before I was doing so many other things that I didn't really have the time to do this. But now that I'm at home, I have more time to concentrate on doing this kind of content. And I do have other collaborations coming up, which will be online, of course. So it really has changed it for me, the type of content I want to produce. Because really I used to focus on food. Initially when I started, it was all about food and travel, and now it's actually had a natural progression where I'm talking to people. I'm now doing the TV presenting. I'm doing, business. So it's totally changing and evolving, which I'm really enjoying. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the future for sure.
Absolutely. And you said before we went on the show that your kids are teaching you how to use technology and
yeah, absolutely. Well, I like to keep in touch with what's going on. I think it's super important, especially when you're on social media. You've got to know, and the kids know everything. They know what's going on. They know, they update me with everything. I feel like a dinosaur most of the time. But they really, they're saying, Mum, why don't you do this? Do a TikTok video. I was telling you they want me to do TikTok now, do a bit of a dance routine and whatever. And I'm like, sorry?
You haven't done it yet?
Well, no, not yet. I'm considering it, but I really don't know if I want to put that out into the public and have it there. You know what I mean? Like, this is the thing with social media. You can always go back as a reference point.
Oh, absolutely.
Do I want videos of me out there trying my dance moves? I'm not sure if that's something I want everyone to see. But, the kids are amazing. They're so in tune with what's going on, and trends. I mean, all the trends on social media. So, I've got a 13-year-old and a 10-year-old, and they're pretty up to date with everything going on. So it really is, it's inspiring to me to see what they're into.
And has it brought your family closer together, this experience?
Sometimes. I mean, we've always been a pretty active family, and we've always, we've done a lot of things like going outdoors and, activities. This has certainly changed it. And yes, we have become closer. Sometimes that's a little bit too difficult because, you're inside, you're like four walls, and it can get a bit claustrophobic. And I think I actually posted something recently on my social media where I was like, I can't get away from anyone in this house. I'm shutting the door and I'm trying to get away from everyone. I'm hearing knocks on the door, Mom, Mom. But on the flip side of that, we've learned a lot as a family about each other, and certainly myself, I've learned more about myself and, about my family too. So it's been a real kind of learning experience for sure.
And how have you kind of, I've lost her. So anyway, Dr. Han, you can cut in now. So have you learned more about your family?
I would say so. I mean, we're pretty close anyway. We enjoy spending time together, and we enjoy doing activities together. But I think, as we were saying when we first started, it's yet again, we've relearned to respect each other's space and each other's boundaries, and understanding that each of us, including our son, I mean, my husband, my son, and myself, we do need some kind of me time, alone time, just the uninterrupted, let me focus on whatever excites you. And yes, we've been doing that, and we've been respecting that each of us need that space. So of course, not being able to go out and interact a lot more with our son not going to school, with me not going out for meetings or networking or something, then yes, it has been tough at times, but I believe we are pulling through, and we're enjoying it. We're making the best out of what we've got.
It's amazing.
The lens of gratitude.
Yeah, it's amazing how it's not just you're learning about yourself, you're learning about all the others in your family.
True.
Where you've never really had that time. You've taken stuff for granted.
And also, I mean, even if we used to take holidays together, for example, but there was always a deadline. So it's like 1 week or it's 2 weeks maximum, and it's going to end, and you have to cram so much you need to do in the middle, and you hardly get a time to really breathe. And that breathing, just now, I think doing it collectively as a family has made an impact, because we're breathing, we're not in a rush, we're not time crunched in any way. I mean, this could all tomorrow just go away, and we could go back to our daily schedules and routines. But for the time being, I think we're enjoying the collective breathing, and we're enjoying putting a plan and helping each other out and supporting each other at home, but at the same time leaving each other alone when needed. And that in itself, I think, is a blessing, and it is a way for, I believe, it could be one of the lessons that, if we open up our eyes, that this could be one of the lessons moving forth, is allowing each other and holding the space for each other in that sense.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm not looking forward going back to the whole deadlines and getting to places at certain times and schedules and stuff like that. I'm not looking forward to getting back to that. It's quite nice that it's loose.
But I think now maybe that is a time that we reconsider our deadlines and our pressing matters. And as we were calling since we started, it's about reprioritizing your life and what is in it and what do you want to include in it. We are bombarded all the time by external forces and external measures that we are anticipated to fulfill. But if we do take the time now to really look at those and reconsider our priorities in life, it could be a game shifter for everyone involved.
No, absolutely. Welcome back, Kim.
Oh, hello.
Oh, no. You did mention before
today about the connection being.
You did mention before, yes, that you had issues with connection. Yes. It looks like it's going to plague us for this show. Yeah, sorry, we were talking about the action. Yes, no, I think people will reevaluate the whole deadlines and what is actually in their daily schedules.
I hope so, because, it's not like we're physically confined now, and as soon as the gates open, everyone's going to run back out and do the same thing again. No. I really hope people take the opportunity now to assess a lot of things in their lives. Assess, yes, I know we all have to make a living. We all have to rush to satisfy our requirements, but this could be also an opportunity to reassess the requirements and what are we trying to achieve out of our lives, and accordingly, set our objectives and our aspirations in that sense, in a way that does not overload us and in a way that does not take away the quality of our life and enjoying life as a family together.
No, absolutely. Well, welcome back, Kim.
Am I here?
You are here. We can see you. Can you see us?
I can't see myself. I can't see anything.
Don't worry. We can see you.
Okay. Sorry about that.
No, don't worry. These things happen. So I just want to ask, how do you unwind? How do you find time for yourself?
How do I find time for myself? That's a good question, actually. What do I do? I'm trying to rack my brain. I don't seem to be.
Oh no! Oh, can't believe this.
Yeah.
Right. We just have to keep on going.
We have to keep on going.
Oh, I was curious. I wonder if she does ever stop, or if she literally just goes from when she wakes up to when she drops off to sleep.
I know she's very busy. We've been trying to meet up for such a long time, and we haven't even had the chance. We run into each other now virtually and before physically at an event, but we haven't had the time to actually sit together and have a sit down and chat and stuff. So she is a very busy lady, and
she is. No,
taking time to breathe.
Well, this is it. Before she got really busy, we used to meet up every week for a coffee, and we used to brainstorm ideas. And oh, here she is. No, you're still
frozen.
You're frozen.
Can you hear us at least? No.
Anyway, yeah. So we used to meet up for a coffee, and we used to brainstorm about ideas about how we could do things together. Mm-hmm. But it never really came to anything. And then the next thing I saw was Kim heavily involved with I Love Qatar and doing those food review shows. So yeah, and it's amazing how that's just snowballed into everything else that she does.
Yeah.
So if you haven't come across Kim, you need to check out her social media.
Yes.
She is all over the place, and now she's presenting on Qatar TV as well.
I believe she's most active on Instagram, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a big social media fan, really. I'm not, I tap into it now and again, or I come across stuff, but I don't really, with Bosco, he's so onto it.
Yes. Well, that's the point. When I first, when I really set out to do what I'm doing, I was really not a social media person. I felt I got burnt out yet again by social media at a point in time, and I deactivated my account. I went off Facebook for like 5 or 6 years. I started Instagram just for the sake of getting in touch with what's happening, putting some words out there, but nothing consistent, because I felt that it was, for me, it was an overload and sometimes an invasion. One of my business coaches he was telling us, don't think of it as social media, think of it as business media. I'm like, okay, but still, I felt like at a point I felt obligated to show up just for the business, and that's not where I come from. When I feel like when I do something, I do it because I believe in it and because I know of the effectiveness and the impact I want to bring. And accordingly, I still could not connect. And then I shifted my own mindset to realize that this was a connection media and an impact media. And then I found myself flowing a lot more smoothly on it. So, showing up on Facebook, creating that Facebook, I created a new account, showing up on Facebook, creating a Facebook account, a group, connected with my friends again, connecting with new people, being open to connecting with new people and collaborations. Instagram, the same thing. I just felt first, everyone was telling you have to look at the grid and you have to be very cautious of how it looks like and the color scheme. I'm like, if I do that, then I'm taking away from my message. I'm taking away from the time I'm spending and the energy I'm putting in to get the message out.
Yeah.
When I disconnected from all the musts and the shoulds, and I went with my intuition and how I felt I want to come out to the world, how I want to support women, what kind of impact I'm trying to bring, I'm finding it's a lot more smooth for me, and it's a lot more organic, and it's a lot more genuine. And this is me. It now represents me. One day I'll be putting out a joke, and 2 days in a row I'll be saying something really deep, and I get the comments of, "You're using your messages are too deep," and I'm like, and that's me. I'm representing me. I'm the same person as a business coach, as a health coach, as Hanan, and I'm not going to keep wearing different hats and being different and stuff. And that's why even my Instagram account is my account. I don't have a personal account separated from the business one. Facebook is the same thing. Most of the stuff I put even on the group for the ladies, I put on my personal account or on my business page. And that for me became a lot more relatable and representative. And I think that is the essence of what people should be doing, rather than just putting out a facade that really does not represent them. And that's one of the things that really intimidates people when they talk about social media, is they're seeing all the influencers, and for them, those lives they're living are not representative of what's happening in their own life.
No.
But what they don't realize is what they're seeing is only 5 to 10% maximum of what their life is really all about. So, Kim, you see us.
Sorry about this. I think this is the time of the day where everyone's going online.
No, that's why we go out at this time, because no one was online, and that was the best thing. We tried it at 7:00 at night, and no, there was no chance. Everyone, it kept on breaking up. So we haven't had an issue. You are the first one been yo-yoing in and out. So
I'm so sorry. I had this problem this week with another broadcast where it was coming in and out. So I really need to check on my connection.
Maybe it's the our web area. Maybe it's all the
maybe it's my compound or something.
Absolutely. Anyway, so quickly then, let's see if we can get an answer. How do you relax, or don't you? Are you literally, you wake up and then you fall dead at night and you're just one continuous dynamo?
No, I have to have quiet time. I really do. Otherwise I just, I burn out really quickly. I guess I have a tendency to take on so much because I'm really interested in so many different things, and I try to put 100% into it, and I have burned out in the past. And, last year especially, I decided I have to step back and really focus on things that I want to focus on. And now what I do is the way I relax is to just spend time reading, doing creative stuff, cooking. I do a lot of gardening now at home, indoor gardening, just other things to try and get myself off the internet. I mean, Hannah, you were just talking about, getting a bit burnt out from social media, and I certainly get burnt out a lot from it, where I have breaks and I think I can't look at it anymore. I don't want to see what's going on, because it can really distort your sense of reality.
That's true.
And I try to do other things, you know, that keep my mind active and have interests. And now, especially with this situation, I'm trying to get outside in the compound and walk, take the dog for a walk, you know, cycle a bit, just do things that are a bit more physical activity, you know, indoors also. I think it's super important because you can get a little bit stir crazy nowadays.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, for sure. So do you have a certain routine in the mornings or?
Yeah, I stick to a routine. I've got a routine for the kids. It's quite militant, you know, we get up, they've got to be online at 8 o'clock for their classes.
Yeah.
They have to have breakfast and brush their teeth first. The boys, they've got to brush their teeth. So I've got to remind them. So they have breakfast, they brush their teeth, they get dressed. So really super important. When I get up, you know, I'm not going to be around in pajamas all day. You got to, it's a mindset. You've got to feel like you're going to work. So you've got to put on the work clothes, get prepared, have breakfast. I check my messages. The boys go online, start doing their work at school. We have a break. We have a mid-morning breakfast snack, and I make sure that the boys do some exercise. So we've got an indoor treadmill. Sam goes on the treadmill. Luke might take the dog for a walk around the compound, but they need that energy, you know, that kind of physical outlet.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And then we have lunch at a certain time, and then the afternoons after school is when they can just relax and there's no structure, because it's super important that they can do what they want to. But certainly it is not holiday. It's not a holiday. During the weekdays, we make sure that they know, and we all know, that it's work and school time. They go to bed at the same time every night. So they're aware of a structure and they're aware of a routine.
Yeah, that's very good. How has homeschooling been for you? Has that been a uphill learning curve?
No, it's been pretty good actually. They miss their friends and they miss their teacher, but they actually are fine with homeschooling so far. Let's talk about that in 2 or 3 months.
Yeah,
it's early days, right? It's early days.
It is.
Yeah. I mean, I like everyone else. We have our good and bad days.
Yeah.
You know, some days are great. We steam through it and everything gets done, and I feel like, wow, I wish all days were like this. Other days it's a uphill battle. As Hanan was saying, you know, you just got to, I think we can't expect to have the same situation that we do at school. It's different. So, you know, you just got to go with the flow. That's how I see it.
I like what you said before we went on air, was sometimes it feels like Groundhog Day.
Yeah, and I've got to recommend that to anyone, that movie. It's a classic. Have you seen it?
I have.
Yeah. And then have you seen it too?
I actually haven't. No,
Wow.
I've seen an Arabic adaptation of it, but I need to see it.
Okay, it's Bill Murray. I think it's Bill Murray, Stefan. Is that right?
Yes, it is. Bill Murray.
And Andy McDowell. And it's you've got to watch it. It is so, it really hits home. Absolutely. So yes, it is like Groundhog Day. Some days I really feel like that. And I was saying to my family the other day, I think what we've started to try and do is to introduce something new every day. So it's not the same boring cycle. So that could be something like a new meal, like a new recipe, or it could be a new TV program, or it could be just one little thing every day. We try and do something new just to break it up. So there's something different.
Yeah, that's what we've done, is learn new skills, tried new recipes. So do a bit more gardening, which we've never been able to focus on before. So
you can do that easily. Indoor gardening, grow a herb garden.
No, for sure. No, Kim, knowing that you're well connected, have you reached out, and are you doing anything? You've got ecopreneur. Are you doing anything for the community at the moment?
Yeah, I'm working with a new company. I'm co-director of Cube Upcycling. And they've been around for about a year, and the company is all about reducing food wastage here. And similar to the other company I was working for, so they're doing composting, also community projects. We've got a lot of things coming up for Ramadan, actually, which is particularly the worst time of the year for food wastage. So we've just started a collaboration with I Love Qatar, #Love Your Leftovers.
Yeah.
So we've started doing that. We're going to be doing something with Qatar Green Building Council on the 29th of April, which is a live webinar talking about food wastage during Ramadan and how to reduce it. And also we've got other projects coming up with companies and food redistribution to people in need. And to workers. So that will be coming up. I've got a couple of other things also online. One thing to do with indoor gardening, Stefan. So hope you can join that.
Oh, I need to watch that, because we've got plastic plants because we gave up, because all the plants indoors were always dying. We didn't know what we were doing wrong.
Same here. I've got the anti-green thumb.
Everyone's got a green thumb. Everyone's got a green thumb. Oh, I'm going to change that. Don't you worry.
You need to change
that one too.
I bet there's a lot of people watching that look after plants. And no.
Okay, well, let's change that mindset, shall we?
Oh, I'm happy to change the mindset, but okay.
Okay, well, I've got a couple of workshops coming up with okay, I'll let the cat out of the bag with Plaza Hollandi, which is an amazing company here. And we're going to be doing some online workshops about growing at home and how easy it is, and our top tips on how to keep your plants alive, Stefan. So that might be one for you.
I'm doing that one for sure.
Good, I hope to see you there. Well, I think what's happening now in specifically in Qatar is that a lot of people are now home growing because they see the value in it. That, it's about bringing nature into your home and connecting with nature, because we're really disconnected from it now. We're not going to parks. We're not going to beaches. So people are finding ways now to bring it back into home, into their house. And it's actually a really easy thing to do. So, I'm very excited about that. So it'll be giving people like you, Stefan, and Hannah, tips about how to start growing.
Superb. No, we bought some sunflower seeds for outside, and we had 3 pots. So it was me and the 2 kids, and every morning they rush out to see if there was any growth, but mine wasn't getting anything, and I couldn't understand why. The other 2 started to sprout, and then we were sitting outside having a cup of tea, and then I saw the cat was using my pot as his litter tray. So he was
that should have been extra fertilized in that sense.
Okay, so I hope you've moved all of those pots somewhere else.
No, you know what we did? We put toothpicks sticking out, so he couldn't sit in the pot. Well, he could try, but he would get a sharp little
shock bump on the bottom.
Absolutely.
Well, if you want something that's going to grow really fast and give you pretty quick results, then go and buy some herbs. They are one of the easiest things to grow, and you can grow them indoors, so your cat won't use it as a cat litter.
Yeah.
And you can put it on your kitchen sink where you're cooking in a nice sunny spot, and you can use your herbs while you're cooking. So.
And is there any good place to buy them? Do the supermarkets sell the herbs?
The best place to go is the wholesale market down near Halul Street. There's a whole row of stores there, which are all plant shops. And you can buy already the little plant about this big for about $1 real. You can buy mint, you can buy basil, rosemary, chilies, and they're all growing there now. So they're still open. You can go down there. You can go to Carrefour. Carrefour has a gardening centre, like an indoor section. They are all seeds. They won't have the plants there, but if you go to, and Plaza Hollandi have, of course, they have plants, but not herbs, just flowers, succulents, cacti, indoor plants. But if you want to grow food, check out near the wholesale market, that row of stores there. Very good. Very good.
So because you're so busy and you've got a lot of stuff coming up, how can people follow you, Kim? Where can they find you? Because you are loud on social media.
Yeah, I'm quite loud sometimes.
So how do they find you?
So they can follow me on Instagram, which is my most active account, Mama Baba Ganoush, Mama_Baba_Ganoush. And also they can find me on I Love Qatar, the website. I do videos and presenting there. And I've also been filming a series for Channel 37, Qatar's first English speaking channel, television channel, which I think it's launching soon. I hope anyway. Stay tuned. But yes, main account is Instagram, Mama Baba Ganoush.
Yeah, I was going to say, when's that Channel 37 going to be launching?
Well, stay tuned. They're getting everything ready, and they're going to launch it when it's all complete. They're doing a few other series, and they obviously want to do a very good job and make it perfect and launch when everything's ready and set up. So to set up a TV station is takes a while.
No, absolutely. You need a lot of content.
You need a lot of exactly. Yeah. So I've just nearly completed 13 episodes.
So what are you presenting? To give us a little insight.
So I'm actually talking to people in the community, and just really having an informal chat about who they are, what makes them who they are, their experiences in life. And really it's about talking about expats, talking to local figures in fashion, business, everyone all across the board. So it's really, but getting underneath and finding out who they really are and what's made them who they are, what kind of experiences, because we all have experiences in life, both positive and negative.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's really getting below the surface.
Nice. Look forward to watching that.
Thank you. Maybe you guys should come on the show.
Oh, right now she said maybe. Yeah.
Okay, second series coming up.
Whenever, yeah. Just give us a call. Well, we're out of time now.
Okay.
So thank you, Kim. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you so much for having me and having a chat. I'm sorry about all the technical issues.
We'll have you on again if this carries on, because this is only for the time that this pandemic's on and we're self-isolated. So, and it would be good to catch up with you on your onion again.
I'd love to.
Do a catch up.
We'd love to. I mean, I think this is so important, doing these kind of podcasts and connecting with people, because we need that here. It's so easy to feel isolated.
Absolutely.
So this is a great initiative. So thank you for having me today.
Thank you, Kim. Yeah, great having you on. All right. Well, have a great weekend.
I will. You too. Yeah. See you soon. We'll catch up.
Sure.
Bye bye.